The world of K-pop entertainment is rocked by alarming news. JUNGKOOK, the youngest member of BTS who is serving in the military, reportedly suffered ill treatment that made his health deteriorate drastically. How could an international star be treated like this in the midst of state duty? More surprisingly, V, a fellow BTS member, was reportedly so furious that he took a surprising step. What exactly happened? Initially, JUNGKOOK performed his mandatory military service as a cook in one of the military units. However, recent reports suggest that he suffered serious injuries while on duty. Not only that, internal sources said that JUNGKOOK allegedly received inappropriate treatment from his seniors in the unit. Despite his injuries, he is reportedly forced to carry out heavy tasks, including cooking for hundreds of soldiers every day. This news left many fans shocked and outraged. How could JUNGKOOK, who has been known to maintain good health for the sake of his fans and career, now have to be hospitalized due to ill treatment? Is this just an internal military matter, or is something else being deliberately covered up? In the midst of this shocking news, V, one of the BTS members, showed an unexpected attitude. In a now-deleted social media post, V expressed his anger at JUNGKOOK's treatment. "There's no reason to treat someone like this, especially when they've given so much to this country," V wrote. Fans speculated that V had tried to contact the authorities to ensure justice for JUNGKOOK. The move is seen as bold, given the possibility of backlash from the military. Will V's actions have a big impact? Or will it add to the pressure on JUNGKOOK, who is struggling to recover? The news of JUNGKOOK's deteriorating health in the hospital is increasingly alarming. An anonymous source from the hospital environment revealed that JUNGKOOK was experiencing severe physical and mental exhaustion. He came in very weak, and some of the wounds on his body showed signs of lack of treatment, the source said. Fans around the world began to unite to demand justice. Hashtags like #JusticeForJUNGKOOK and #ProtectJUNGKOOK have become a global trend on social media. However, the big question is, will the government and the military respond to this insistence? Mistreatment of celebrities serving in the military is not a new issue in South Korea. However, the fact that this happened to JUNGKOOK, a member of a music group that has made Korea famous on the international scene, infuriated many. Does this reflect systemic problems within the South Korean military? Many questioned whether there was an element of jealousy or extra pressure placed on JUNGKOOK because of his status as a global star. As an idol, he may be considered to have to prove himself harder than ordinary soldiers. However, is this a fair reason to force him to work to the point of sacrificing health? Not only from South Korea, support for JUNGKOOK also flowed from various countries. The fans, known as the Army, continued to call attention to JUNGKOOK's condition and asked for transparency from the military. JUNGKOOK has given so much to the world. Now is the time for the world to protect him, one fan wrote on Twitter. Several international celebrities also voiced their concerns. An American singer posted a message of support for JUNGKOOK, saying, "This is a reminder of how much the system can hurt individuals, even the strongest." The biggest question that comes to everyone's mind is, what will happen next? Will JUNGKOOK get justice? Will the military provide an explanation for what happened? And how will BTS as a group deal with this situation? V himself is reportedly considering a legal move, although this could be a major challenge amid social and political pressure in South Korea. However, this step could set an important precedent for protecting the rights of individuals in the military system. Many fans admitted to feeling not only angry, but also sad and disappointed. "We believe JUNGKOOK would be protected, but the opposite happened," a tearful fan said in an interview in Seoul. A psychologist interviewed by local media said cases like this can have a huge impact on victims' mental health, especially if they feel unsupported by the system. If there are no decisive steps, it is not only JUNGKOOK's physical health that is threatened, but also his mental one, he said. Big Hit Entertainment, the agency that houses BTS, has finally released an official statement. However, this statement was considered inadequate by many fans. "We are monitoring the situation and working closely with the authorities to ensure JUNGKOOK's health and safety," they wrote. However, fans demanded more concrete steps. They want full transparency over what happened and clear steps to protect JUNGKOOK in the future. Some analysts argue that JUNGKOOK's case could be a turning point in the way the South Korean military treats its soldiers, especially those from celebrity circles. If significant steps are taken, this could pave the way for broader reforms. However, all this comes back to the big question. Are the authorities willing to take responsibility? Or will this case sink in like so many others before it? JUNGKOOK's poor condition has opened the world's eyes to the dark side of the conscription system. However, the struggle for justice is still long. Support from fans, BTS's peers, and the international community will be key to ensuring that JUNGKOOK not only recovers physically, but also mentally. One thing is for sure, the world will be watching. And for JUNGKOOK, the message everyone wants to convey is clear: you are not alone. As news of JUNGKOOK's deteriorating health continues to spread, new reports are emerging that add to the heat of the issue. Several anonymous sources from within the military claim that seniors serving in the same unit as JUNGKOOK had abused their power. Not only did they force JUNGKOOK to work despite his injuries, they were also allegedly subjected to acts of intimidation, including verbal insults and psychological pressure. How could this happen to one of the most famous public figures in the world? Fans questioned whether this treatment was intentional as a form of social punishment for JUNGKOOK, who is considered to have gained privileges simply because of his celebrity status. However, the fact that he is actually treated worse than ordinary soldiers makes many wonder. Is this a reflection of jealousy or a broken system? South Korea is famous for having a strong seniority culture, especially in the military environment. However, many criticize how this culture often turns into an abuse of power. JUNGKOOK, whose status as a global superstar draws huge attention, may be an easy target for those who feel disturbed by the spotlight he receives. "I wouldn't be surprised if there's an element of jealousy here," said a former soldier who declined to be named. In the military, there is great pressure to show hierarchy. If someone like JUNGKOOK looks special, some people may feel they should teach him a lesson. However, the bigger question is, how could the military allow this to happen? Are they unaware of the risks JUNGKOOK faces, both physical and reputational? V's move to voice his anger on social media also drew controversy. Some, including military commentators and conservative South Korean netizens, criticized V's actions as inappropriate. They accused V of interfering in the affairs of the military, which is considered a state institution that must be respected and protected from external influences. However, V's fans and supporters were quick to defend his actions. They said that what V did was not interference, but a form of solidarity and courage to fight injustice. V just wants to protect his best friend. How can someone who cares be blamed for talking? Wrote one Twitter user. These allegations against V sparked a broader discussion about the boundary between freedom of speech and the obligation to respect institutions. Does a public figure like V have to shut up when he sees injustice, just out of fear of backlash? ARMY, as BTS fans are called, is known as one of the most militant fandoms in the world. In this case, they proved their collective strength by launching an international petition demanding an independent investigation into JUNGKOOK's ill treatment. The petition has collected more than 1 million signatures in just 48 hours. However, the move has also drawn criticism from some who feel that this international pressure is too much and could damage relations between fans and South Korean military institutions. It's not just about JUNGKOOK, it's about the larger system. Global pressure like this can backfire, said one international relations expert. Big Hit Entertainment continues to be in the spotlight over how they handled the situation. Many fans felt that the agency was too slow and cautious in making statements. Some have even speculated that there is pressure on the part of the military or government to keep the issue from getting too big. Meanwhile, the South Korean government is in a difficult position. As countries that have a universal military obligation, they must strike a balance between ensuring justice and maintaining the image of the military as a respected institution. However, if the case is not handled properly, their reputation in the eyes of the public, especially the younger generation, could be destroyed. JUNGKOOK's case reopened the debate about the toxic culture in the South Korean military. Although reforms have been made over the past few years, cases of harassment, intimidation, and violence continue to occur. Is it time for the government to take more decisive steps to change a military culture that is considered outdated?